Hi ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are doing amazing today in another video. Um, so this video about empaths in particular, okay, and I made this video because this is actually exactly how I felt or how I feel. Well, not now because I guess I have learned and I know better, than to get involved with narcissists, right? But of course, sometimes this happens, right? And so I want to kind of discuss this dynamic, okay, a little bit more in details, okay? And I want to say, like, I wanted to kind of, um, I want to shine the light on how it feels to uh, be an empath around a narcissist, okay? And but the title of this video, right, is why do empaths start feeling like they're the evil one after getting involved with a narcissist, okay? So as this can happen too, okay? This in more I have noticed this about myself, right, and my previous relationships with narcissists, is that I end up feeling like the evil one, right? And I for the longest time I couldn't understand why this was happening. And in fact, because this happens, right, you kind of want to naturally just want to get away from them and not really want to spend too much time with them, right? Because you end up feeling bad. You end up feeling you know like you're not good enough, right? And you're like you're a bad person basically, right? And none of us really want to feel this way, right? And so it's not a good feeling, and so yeah, there's that, right? But anyways, I'm going to give you guys a couple of reasons on why that's happening, okay? And so if you do get involved with a narcissist, you will know why it's happening. And yeah, so of course, uh, you know I think the first thing that we can do, right, is to uh, we can get to know this personality disorder, right? um, and we can learn to notice the red flags, so we can protect ourselves better and not become the prey, right? Because in the eyes of a narcissist, right, um, you know you are the prey and they are the predators, right? They are the predator. And so unfortunately human beings still have this dynamic, so we even though it should be, right, like brothers and sisters, right, we should all be kind of like brothers and sisters, right? We shouldn't be viewing each other, right, as predator versus prey. That's just, I think it's crazy to me. And but it's unfortunately this still happens. And and I will make another video, guys, about this too, okay? How you can you know um, how predators identify their prey. I think it will be an interesting. Oh, my kitty cat wants to come in here. It's like, no. But anyway, so yeah, why do empaths start feeling like they're the evil one after getting involved with a narcissist, right? So guys, one reason is because of um, validation and approval, right? Because the empath, especially an insecure empath, an empath that's unhealed, right? Someone who is unhealed is going to be seeking validation and approval. Okay, and so once again, they do get involved with narcissists for the most part, right? Or people with personality disorders like sociopathy, right? Psychopathy, and so on, right? They, my cat. They get kind of, they get involved with these people because of their upbringing, right? That's what they're used to, right? And so also if they haven't healed right, if they haven't gotten to the bottom of their mind, right, and have fixed those subconscious beliefs about themselves, right? If they haven't fixed that faulty programming that was instilled into them by their parents, right, or one of the parents, then they're going to believe that they deserve to be in a relationship like this, even if subconsciously, perhaps not consciously, right, but subconsciously. And so yeah, they're going to attract, people like this into their lives, right? And so that's unfortunate, of course, because these people are extremely evil, and of course, at the end of the day, they're going to point you to go inward, right? And in order to leave them, you have to choose yourself, right? Which is the ultimate goal. It's for you to choose yourself rather than the abuse, right? And so with narcissists, you will notice this too, right? But let's get back to validation and approval, right? If you haven't healed, you're always going to be seeking that external validation and approval from others, not just narcissists, right? But when it comes to narcissists, they can never give you that, right? And so, because you're seeking validation and approval, right, from a narcissist, you're going to adapt a lot of their behaviors, okay? You're going to adapt a lot of their behaviors and their traits in order to get that approval and that validation, okay? And so that means maybe taking on not so great qualities. That means acting in a way that you wouldn't typically act, which ultimately will make you feel like a narcissist yourself. It will not make you feel good. You're going to feel bad about yourself, okay? So there's that, right? Then there's, of course, the projection, right? The projection. Narcissists tend to project all the time, okay? They typically run away from their feelings, or they're disconnected from their feelings entirely, right? And so, unfortunately, they're going to project all of their, negative beliefs onto you. They're going to project all of the stuff that they cannot accept about themselves onto you, right? So if they feel like they're stupid, they're going to call you stupid. If they feel like, they're insecure, they're going to call you insecure, right? And if they feel like you're if they feel like they're, I don't know, lazy, then they're going to call you lazy. If they feel like they're ugly, they're going to call you ugly, right? And so it's unfortunate, it's really unfortunate that this happens, but, I think most of us have been guilty of projection. But the difference here is that narcissists are unable to self-reflect, and their ego doesn't allow them to see the truth. Their ego doesn't allow them to self-reflect. If they were to self-reflect, right, then they would have to accept that they're imperfect, right, and that they have faults and they have flaws that they can actually work on, right? Like, actually, once again, noticing your flaws allows you to fix them, right, and to work on them and to become a better human being and to evolve, right, and ultimately to become happier too. But narcissists don't think this way. Their ego blinds them to even themselves and to their own faults, right? And so they're going to project all this stuff onto you. And of course, if you're unaware of what projection is, right, and if you still don't really know yourself, right, then you're going to take everything on like a child, right? You're going to take everything on that's theirs onto yourself, right? And you will think, wow, am I lazy? Am I stupid? Am I, not good enough? Am I this? Am I that? Am I this? Right? And so you're going to take this on as if all of those, qualities are yours, but they're not. So yeah, that's another thing that's going to make you feel bad and evil, right? If you're not careful. Another thing is, right, is that there's an actual energy exchange, right? And so if you're a very empathetic person, right, if you're an empath, you can feel the energies in your room. You can feel the energy in the environment. You're very sensitive, basically. You've always been extremely sensitive, right, around people, around I don't know, you feel everything basically, right, to the maximum. And so, and of course, if you are engaging with a narcissistic person, you're always going to take on their negative energy, okay? And there's going to be an energy exchange, right? So they're going to be getting your positive energy right, which you possess most of the time, right? And you're going to be taking on their negative energy, and so this in itself is going to make you feel bad, or like a narcissist too. Okay, you're going to just that, you know, energetic exchange, okay, of, you know, you taking on their negative energy. You're kind of like a sponge, right, in a sense. And so you're going to be soaking in their negative energy, and of course that's going to leave you drained. It's gonna leave you feeling really bad. It might even leave you feeling angry, right? You won't understand where this is coming from if you're an unaware empath, right? And you're going to just, you're gonna feel like you've, you know, like you've been dumped on, right? Like you've literally been dumped on, basically. Okay, you're gonna feel dirty. You're gonna feel dirty. You're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel angry. You're gonna feel very sad. So yeah, unfortunately, this happens in interactions with narcissists, even if they don't explode at you, even if they don't, you know, even if they don't like really say too many negative things, you're still going to take on that energy. You're gonna feel it. Okay, and so guys, another thing is, right, is that um, I believe empaths, right, another reason why you might feel evil after engaging with narcissists is because, um, you know, empaths tend to blame themselves for pretty much everything, right? Especially if they haven't yet realized certain things, right? And if they haven't really awakened, right? And so they tend to take everything as if everything is theirs, right? To take, to carry, right? So they tend to carry the burdens of others. And so because they do a lot of self-reflection, right? Uh, and if they're blamed for different things, they're going to take this on. Okay, they're gonna maybe believe it, right? So because they're believing this, right, and because they self-reflect in most situations, right, they might take things on that are not their own, right? But I guess this can be a part of projection too, right? So I think it kind of ties in with projection, right, where the empath simply does a lot of self-reflection, and you know, they were actually primed, right? They were trained by their often narcissistic parents to take the blame and to carry the burdens of others, right? And so they're going to, you know, sometimes they will take things on that are not their own, and that really should have been, you know, left to the for the narcissist to deal with, you know, instead of taking it on as their own. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. I hope you guys are having a good day today, okay? And stay tuned for more videos. All right, bye.